All right, guess who's on the phone? It's the champion of despair,
Perfect.
the king of tragedy.
Would you like me to let him in?
This is Lewis Saunderson. Saunderson. Yes, please let him in.
Okay.
How exciting is that? The crying phenomenon. Here's an example. You guys, just to refresh your... This is a recent one he had. There. Oh my God, he's already teary-eyed, it looks like. Hold on.
What do you want from me?
This is just to jog people's memories. But I think everybody knows this guy, Lewis. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Yes. Lewis, you're a TikTok phenomenon.
Hello from England to LA.
Hello over there. By the way, thank you for making the time to call in. I know the time difference is pretty tricky, so I appreciate that very much.
Yeah, I think it's 8 hours difference.
So, listen, man, Lewis, I've been following you for a while.
Thank you.
However, you are really making a name for yourself on TikTok. How are you feeling about your success there? So tell me, how did you find this niche? Because you're an actor, it seems, but you have a specialization in depicting absolute despair. How did you find this niche?
I trained professionally at a drama school in London. And really, my whole life, I've been a huge fan of film. And I really knew that is where I wanted to place my passion. My acting in front of the camera can be quite big in terms of the emotions. But I've always been drawn to the pain that people can experience in life, the misfortunes, the love, the heartbreak, the loss, the trauma, the mental health, and I think I grew up in a big family and I had a good upbringing, and being part of a big family and having a lot of different dynamics and a lot of different individual journeys throughout a very big family, and then just life in my 40 years, I've had a lot of happiness, I've had a lot of sadness, I've had a lot of
it's the human condition, isn't it? At the end of the day, that's what you are after.
I treat my audience like, from an acting perspective, when I watch movies or TV shows, I love it. I love all genres. I love comedy, thriller, horror, drama. Of course, I love drama. But the stuff that really gets me teary-eyed, the stuff that really gives me goosebumps, is when I watch stuff that feels so real and authentic, and I can relate to it, or I know somebody that's been through something similar, and I feel like that is how I would react if that happened to me. We live in a day and age where we are oversaturated with talent and social media.
True.
And everybody, whatever your field of talent may be, we're all trying to get by. We're all trying to make a name for ourselves, if that's something that, one should choose to do, because you don't have to put yourself in front of the camera and social media. And I know my skills, I know my strengths as an actor, and I can portray the really kind of powerful, hard-hitting stuff. Now, if that is what I've put myself into a box doing, it's working for me.
True.
It's giving me recognition.
True. You're the best at it. I've never seen somebody, your most recent one, you depicted somebody freezing to death, and you did prosthetics and you did makeup. Looked like maybe you had even a budget for that one, eh?
I'm very aware of, I've got my fans, I've got my haters, I've got the people that love what I do, I've got the people that don't understand what I do. I'm tired of having to justify and explain. It's all very clearly written within all of my platforms. This is who I am. This is what I do. Because I love what I do and I have a deep passion for what I do. And I will continue doing what I do because I have to keep thinking of what is the next traumatic event that I can go through.
You have a list? Like, yeah, you're running out of tragedies.
I have books full of notes and ideas and brainstorming.
Oh my God.
You know, I've put myself in this box and it's, you know, how can I keep things fresh for the true fans? How can I keep them excited about what's going to happen next?
What if you did like extreme joy? Have you experimented the other extreme?
If I do the videos you know me to do, and they go on to get 20 to 50 million views, and I do a video of joy that gets 20,000 views, which videos do you think I'm going to continue doing?
So are you saying the joy ones have not paid off? You've tried it. It is not a good format.
Even when I don't have as many tears or as much snot or as much saliva.
Really?
I have my true fans messaging me, I do not like this one. There's not enough tears. There's not enough this.
Wow.
There's not enough.
Wow, that's an impossible bar of expectations. That's a lot to bear.
They're really critical.
Yeah.
They want the real, the raw, the ugly, the snot, the tears. They want it all. What people don't understand necessarily is I'm completely self-independent. I'm writing them. I'm producing them, I'm directing them, I'm lighting them, I'm marketing them, I'm doing my own makeup for them, I'm getting backdrops specifically in for different videos, you know, and then I've got a brother, one of my 7 siblings, my younger brother. I pull him in a lot to help me film certain videos that are a little bit more complex for me to do all by myself. 90% of what you see, I'm setting up myself, I'm filming myself, I'm putting together myself, you know. I'm essentially a sort of one-man army with it all. And now I've got to the point where this has become my full-time job.
Wow. You're a professional crier.
Yeah.
You are gotta be the only professional crier in the entire world, man.
My social media status and the platforms that I'm on and the fans that I have and the money that I'm able to make from it, just being honest, is allowing me to do essentially full-time what I've always been passionate about, which is telling really powerful, hard-hitting stories, and I have an audience for it. So I have to try and...
We're living dreams out here. Dreams are happening.
Also, I'd like to just make a note, because I know there might be some people watching this going, he doesn't write all of his own stuff, because a lot of his videos are taken from famous movie scenes, etc. And that is true as well. Sometimes I just recreate in my own way a particular movie scene that really had an emotional impact on me, and I want to give it my own style, and that's true as well. But for example, the one on the mountain, the one in the trapped in the cave, and the one I put out today in the jungle. I wrote those myself, but, you know.
And can you cry readily? You're very good at that as well.
Well, for example, if you was to ask me to cry right now, I couldn't just cry like that. But remember, I'm a trained actor, and when you see these videos, you're seeing them in completion. And behind the scenes and the preparation and the learning the lines and the figuring it all out and the getting on to location and the setting up the cameras and the taking the time to get into that mindset of that character and the emotion of that character, then I can get into those tears, that deep psyche of that character, because that's what actors do, you know, and that is the process.
I just need to get away for a bit. I'm in some trouble, but...
Wow. Damn, good music choice.
I just need somebody, Mum.
serious actor. And I love that. I really appreciate that. And following your passion, and that's what all life is about, isn't it?
I love what I do. I care about what I do, and I take it very seriously. And I put a lot of effort and hard work into it. And I continue to do it because I love it and it's my passion. But because I've now got myself in a situation whereby there's a following and a fan base, and I take this very seriously, and I've got a lot of content coming out.
Nice.
Yeah, that's what we want to hear.
The tears are ready to be shed. How many? We're losing our parents. We're losing our kids. We all look forward to watching you, Lewis, and we wish you all the best. Thank you so much for calling in. I really appreciate that.
Thanks for calling in.
Take care.
Thank you, everyone, for having me on. Yeah,
Take
keep
care.
up the good work.
Continue the arts, my friend.
Thank you so much, Lewis.